Hey, what's up? Aaron here, and in today's video I want to share with you how I made my first million and how you can do exactly the same thing so that you can just replicate these exact habits and get to your first million as well. Now, I made my first million when I was 40. I know that sounds pretty old, and it is. Not super young, not super old, somewhere in the middle. I wish that I was able to do it sooner, but I got a little bit of a later start when it comes to building income and the whole game of entrepreneurship. But I'm hoping that if you're watching this video, then you're someone who's a little bit younger, because with the advent of the internet and technology, I think that a lot of young people are very, very lucky. You're born in an age where you can access information a lot easier than I could. I mean, I had my first cell phone when I was 18 years old, and that cell phone was a piece of crap, all right? It's not like, the iPhone 13s, 14s of today where you can access a whole bunch of information. It was a super basic cell phone that only allowed me to send text messages and receive phone calls from my mom, right? So if you're watching this video and you're a teenager right now, then you are in a very, very lucky time. In fact, this is one of the best times in human history. Technology is so powerful, the internet is so powerful, and you can just achieve so much more than you could during my time when I was a teenager. But let me share with you the 3 biggest habits that I think allowed me to get to millionaire status, and you can implement this as well because these are timeless habits that you can implement, and it's not what you think it is. So the first millionaire habit that I think that you should follow is to stop playing with your phone. I know that sounds weird, all right? And it's strange because I'm an internet entrepreneur and everything that I build is actually built online, but I'm very, very disconnected to my phone, okay? So I'm not one of those people that has my phone next to me every single second of the day. I don't respond to every single message. I'm not, head buried deep in my phone when I'm having meals with my friends or family. I'm not at all. In fact, I'm very, very detached to my phone. I only use it when I actually need to do productive work, and when I'm actually doing deep work, I don't even have my phone next to me, all right? So here's the trick. The trick is to just get rid of your phone when you're doing deep work, or just put it on airplane mode, right? Now, the reason why you want to do that is because your cell phone is extremely distracting. If you think about all of the notifications that you're getting on WhatsApp or Facebook chat or Instagram or TikTok or whatever have you, I mean, your phone is constantly buzzing, and it's just very, very difficult for you to maintain focus, right? So the trick here is to maintain focus. And the only way that you can actually get stuff done is if you get rid of all your distractions and you focus 100% on the things that you need to get done. So one of my superpowers is to be able to focus and do deep work in a pretty quick amount of time, right? And I do that every single day. I do what's called eat the frog. That's what Brian Tracy calls it, right? You do the most difficult task at the start of the day. And the way I do it is I literally turn my phone on silent, or I turn it on airplane mode so that no notifications can get to me. And then what I do is I get on my computer or my laptop and I literally focus 100% of my time on the thing that I have to do. See, the problem with people today is that people are just so unfocused. They're so distracted with what's going on in the world, what's going on their phone. People are just constantly looking at their phone, and that's a really, really bad thing. If you're constantly dealing with notifications, your phone's just going off all the time, how can you expect to get any real work done, right? So one of my biggest tips for you is to just get rid of your phone, put it in a separate room, put it on silent, put it on an airplane mode, and just focus 100% on the task that you have to do. See, the reality is that most of your deep and productive work is not actually done on your phone. This day and age, yes, the phone is pretty powerful, but most of your work can only be done on a computer or a laptop, so you don't really need your phone. Even if you need to chat with someone on WhatsApp, you can use the WhatsApp web app on your laptop or your computer, and everything else like Facebook and stuff like that is actually done on your computer. So you don't really need your phone if you think about it, right? Productive apps like Slack, where you can talk to your team and contractors, can also be done 100% on your computer, and again, you don't need your phone. So again, the trick is to get rid of your phone, get rid of those distractions, and focus 100% on what you have to do so that you can actually be productive, take action, and move forward inside of whatever you're trying to get done. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, Aaron, I do need my phone because sometimes I need to reply to messages or I need to reply to people. What you need to do is you need to realize that you don't always need to be attached to your phone, because I got to millionaire status without being attached to my phone. In fact, when I sleep at night, my phone isn't even in my room, it's in my office. So I shut down by about midnight and I literally put my phone in my home office, I charge it there, and I don't even use it as an alarm clock. I have an old school alarm clock that is battery operated. So many benefits from doing that. Mentally, it strengthens you because you don't actually actually need your phone, you can actually get off the grid and still be productive and still make a lot of money. And you don't really want to have your phone right next to you when you're sleeping because it's pinging, it's going off, it's vibrating even though you have it on silent. And the radiation is not very good for your brain either, right? So I've got an old school battery alarm clock, or you could just have one that just plugs into the wall, and that way you're just totally disconnected from your phone because you don't really need it in order to generate a lot of income. Remember, you need to be controlling your focus, not letting other devices or other things around you control that focus, right? So if you can control yourself and your mind to focus on what's important and what's not important, that is the skill and that's the habit that will make you a millionaire. So if you want to learn the exact strategy that I use to get to multiple six figures online, go ahead and register for my free six-figure workshop by clicking the link in the description box or the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you there. The second habit that got me to millionaire status is choosing the right vehicle, right? So what vehicle is going to help you to make millions, right? So there's only really two vehicles. The first vehicle is doing a job or doing something that pays you a lot of money every single month. So that's usually a career. And the second thing is a vehicle that allows you to create leverage, right? So in my early years, I was working in corporate and I was in sales, and I made a lot of money because I worked for some very, very good sales companies. I got very good at sales, and the products that I was selling were pretty expensive. So I not only had a good salary base, but I made a lot of money in commissions. Now, that's a good start, and a lot of people start there. But the biggest problem with having a job is that it's still a job. I didn't have any time, I couldn't create any leverage. If I stopped working that particular day, I would max out my salary and I would max out my commissions. So I thought to myself in 2009, how do I create more leverage so that I can earn more money, but I don't necessarily need to be there all the time, right? Now, if you think about leverage, there's a few different ways that you can create leverage. Number one, you can implement tools, right? You can implement tools, software, paid ads, paid webinars, and all that kind of stuff is done online, right? The second thing that you can do is you can create a business, because when you create a business and you sell products and services, especially if you do it in the right way, you don't necessarily have to be there all the time actually selling that product yourself. You can deploy, again, webinars, videos, paid ads, online leverage, software that can do the work for you, and it can multiply your effort, but you don't necessarily have to be there all the time. Now, when I realized that in 2009, that's when I transitioned out of my normal day job that actually did pay me quite well to becoming an online entrepreneur, where I could actually deploy some of these strategies that we spoke about so I could leverage my time. And when you can leverage your time where you don't necessarily have to be there all the time, then you will be able to significantly increase your income. And so that's what I did. So it's very, very important for you to choose the right vehicle. Now, again, there's a lot of vehicles that you can use. You could use drop shipping, you could do affiliate marketing, you could do Amazon FBA, you could start a digital agency, you could create YouTube faceless videos. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But for me, after playing around in a few different things and making a lot of mistakes in the early years, affiliate marketing, selling other people's products, was really the vehicle that allowed me to make my first million. In fact, you can see right here, this is an award that I got for generating over $1 million in my affiliate marketing business. And all I'm doing is I'm becoming a great marketer, a great middle person, and I'm taking somebody else's product, I'm dropping a link, I'm recommending it to people that want that product, and when they make a purchase, I make a commission. Okay, now the cool thing about affiliate marketing is there's so many different leverage points that a lot of people don't realize. The one thing about affiliate marketing is that you don't have to own the products. That means that it saves you a lot of money, it saves you a lot of time. You don't own the products, which means that you don't have to do the customer service, you don't have to do the delivery or handling or anything like that. Selling somebody else's product also means that you only need to learn one thing, which is marketing. You just need to become a great marketer and great at recommending these products to other people. That's a pretty easy skill to just focus and hone in on compared to a lot of the other business models out there. So when I realized that and I started getting really, really good at it, I could create a lot of leverage and still generate, millions of dollars being a solopreneur. Now that's very, very hard to do in a lot of other industries. Now, once you do that, you can take it to the next level and you can start to hire staff, you can start to hire contractors and grow your company in a very, very big way, but you can still be very, very lean and generate a lot of commissions and income without necessarily having to build a team that's, 50 people, for example. Now, the third $1 million habit, and this might surprise a lot of you, is really about self-awareness. And self-awareness is very, very important when you're trying to build wealth, right? The reality is that a lot of people are not that self-aware of themselves or their habits or their fears or their doubts. A lot of people don't realize what they're good at and what they're bad at. What are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, right? One of the lucky things about me, I suppose, when I was growing up is very naturally I was quite self-aware of myself. I was self-aware of what I was good at and what I wasn't very good at. What are some of the things that I needed to improve and what are some of the things that I could leverage because they were my strengths. And when you understand those things about yourself, you can double down, triple down on the things that you're good at, and you can hire out or outsource the things that you're not so good at, right? Now, some of the things that you can implement inside of your life if you're not very self-aware is meditation and journaling, okay? And I know that sounds a little bit airy-fairy, but I've been meditating and journaling for years now, and I can promise you that it will really, really help you to become self-aware. Meditating for sure, you're sitting there and meditating for 10 minutes every single day is really going to help you to get good at self-awareness, right? And that's really what meditating is for. It's about clarity. It's also about understanding yourself and your mind and the way that it works. And when you understand yourself, you can take control of different things that you need to do in your life. So if you haven't started meditating yet, I highly recommend that you do it. It is super beneficial. I mean, not only for understanding you better as a person, but dealing with things like anxiety, fears, confidence, sleep issues. It is a super powerful tool, and the app that I use to learn how to get really good at meditating is Headspace, and you can download that on the App Store or the Google Play Store. So the other habit that's really put my mindset and self-awareness in check is journaling every single day. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I actually learned this from Tim Ferriss. So this is the journal that I journal in every single day. It's called the 5-Minute Journal, and you can just buy this online on Amazon. And this was recommended to me by Tim Ferriss, and this is such a powerful little book, and it literally takes me 5 minutes a day. You journal about what you're grateful for, what you would like to achieve for the day, and then you finish off with some daily affirmations. And the thing is, when you do this every single day, it sets you up correct for the day, right? If you don't have a plan, then you're going to plan to fail, right? I'm sure you've heard that before. And when you don't write stuff down and cross it off when you're done, it's very difficult to finish tasks and take action on the things that are very important. And lastly, practice of gratitude every single day is just such a powerful little task that's just gonna ground you and just make you a happier person, especially when you're hitting roadblocks in your business, especially when you're hitting roadblocks in building your wealth and your income and your millions. It is such a good way to just stay on the straight and narrow. So that's it, my 3 habits that I use to get to millionaire status. And I know that if you implement some of these things, it's going to help you to get there too, okay? These are some things that a lot of people don't really talk about. I mean, yes, we could talk about business models and ad strategies and the internet and things like that, but it's a lot of the softer, invisible stuff that will really help you to get to your millions. I mean, that's how I got to my millions, and I know that's what's going to help you as well. Now, I wish I knew all this stuff when I was a little bit younger. Perhaps you're watching this and you're in your teens, or, you know, maybe you're a little bit older, it doesn't matter. But when I hear about people making their first million when they're 18, 19, 20 years old, that just blows my mind, right? And that's the difference between the world that I used to live in and the world that we live in now. Look, you have no excuses, okay? So whether you're 17 years old, 15 years old, or maybe you're a little bit older than me, maybe you're my age, or maybe you're 50 or 60 or 70, it doesn't matter, because we live in an age where technology can literally take your life to the next level. I mean, it changed my life, and even though we didn't talk about specific internet marketing strategies in this particular video, it doesn't matter because you're watching this on YouTube. You're consuming this information using the technology of today, right? You have to understand how powerful that is, because when I was 18 years old, there was no such thing as YouTube. There was no way for me to find out about any of this type of information. I would have had to go to a library, and most libraries at that time didn't have this kind of information. So if you're a younger person, consider yourself very, very lucky. If you're slightly older and you still haven't jumped on this boat and you haven't made your first million, consider yourself also pretty lucky, because now you've watched this video and you can actually do something about it. So I say use this information, go out there, crush it, take action, and completely change your life. Let me know what you learned in this video today. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you would like to follow in my footsteps and learn exactly step by step how I earned my first million right there, then I would love to show you how to do that in my free 6-figure workshop. You can register it for free in the description box or the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you there. So I hope you enjoyed the video today and you got lots of value from it and you learned a lot from it. If you like content like this, remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know every time we come up with a brand new video. And if you want, you can check out one of the videos I recorded recently. Super fun. You're gonna get a lot of value from it as well, and I hope to see you there. Take care.